Solve the following rational inequality. X minus 3 over x squared minus 64 is less than 0. So to do a rational inequality, it's similar to a polynomial inequality, but we need to get the zeros of the numerator and the denominator. So zeros, I'll label these numerator and denominator. So the 0 of the numerator is pretty easy because it's in factored form. X minus 3 gives me a 0 of 3. The 0 in the denominator, x squared minus 64, I actually need to maybe factor that out to determine what that is. So this factors in, of course, into x minus 8 times x plus 8. So that means the zeros of the denominator are negative 8 and positive 8. Now, one thing that I need to make sure of is no matter what, I cannot include any zeros of the denominator. So these can't be part of my final answer, no matter what. So even if this was looking for values that are less than or equal to 0, I still could not include negative 8 and positive 8. They're asymptotes, so I can't use them. So what's best to do here is just take all of these zeros, put them on a number line, and make sure they're in numeric order. So negative 8, 3, and positive 8. Now, because we're looking for values that are less than 0, since these are asymptotes, we can't include them. So I'll go ahead and put open circles there. But because we're looking for values that are less than 0, I'm not going to include this 3 because it would be equal to 0 there. Now it's just like a polynomial inequality. I just simply need to choose some test values and take those test values and see if the result is positive or negative on that interval. So for instance, if I picked negative 9, that would be on this first interval. 0 would be on this interval. 4 is on this interval, and 9 here. So just usually I pick the smallest answer that works. So negative 9, if I plug it into this function here, it might be easiest to think of this in the factored form. So negative 9 minus 3 is negative because that's going to be negative 12. Then negative 9 minus 8 is negative because that's negative 17. Negative 9 plus 8 is also negative. So it doesn't matter what these values are. It's 3 negatives multiplied or divided. The result overall is negative. All right, and this next one, if I put in 0, 0 minus 3 is negative. 0 minus 8 is negative. 0 plus 8 is positive. So I have 2 negatives multiplied or divided. The result is going to be positive. 4, if I plug that in, 4 minus 3 is a positive value. 4 minus 8 is negative, and 4 plus 8 is positive. So one negative, that result is going to be negative. Now if I put in 9, 9 minus 3 is positive. 9 minus 8 is positive, and 9 plus 8 is positive as well. So everything on this interval is positive. Since I'm looking for values that are negative, I'm looking for things that are negative here, less than 0 that is. So this range and this range. So it's the interval from negative infinity to negative 8, not including the negative 8, and then from 3 to positive 8.